She didn't even hesitate. My sister's fingers closed around the bottle in my hand, sharp and fast, like she'd been waiting for the moment. The music was loud, people were laughing, glasses clinking, but I heard the plastic crack louder than anything. "What is this?" she said, reading the label with a smirk already forming. I stood still, calm, practiced. "Just my meds," I replied. She laughed. Not a laugh. A performance. Then she tossed the bottle into the trash behind her, right between a half-eaten cake slice and a crushed champagne flute wrapper. "You really think that trash belongs here?" People laughed with her. I didn't, because she had no idea what she'd just destroyed. And that was the moment everything finally aligned. It wasn't always like this. There was a time when she used to hold my hand crossing the street, when she'd introduce me as her strongest person, when I believed her. She was older, smarter, louder, the kind of person who filled rooms without trying. I stayed in the background, watching, learning, trusting. When I got sick 2 years ago, she took control of everything. Appointments, doctors, prescriptions. "You focus on getting better," she said. "I'll handle the rest." And I let her. Because that's what you do with family. You trust them when you're too tired to fight. At first, it felt like care. Then it started to feel like control. I noticed the small things first. Missed doses that weren't my fault. Refills that didn't match the dates. Side effects that didn't make sense. I told her once quietly that something felt off. She smiled, patted my shoulder. "You're overthinking. It's part of your condition." That phrase stuck. Part of your condition. It became her shield, her excuse, her weapon. So I stopped asking, and I started watching. The truth didn't come all at once. It never does. It came in fragments. A receipt left on the counter, pharmacy name I didn't recognize, a call she took in the other room, voice low, too careful. And then one night, when she thought I was asleep, I heard her. "He doesn't even question it anymore," she said. A pause, a laugh. "Yeah, I switched them weeks ago. Cheaper stuff. Half of it's just vitamins." My chest didn't tighten. My breathing didn't change. I just listened, because in that moment I understood something very clearly. She wasn't helping me. She was managing me, saving money, cutting corners, playing doctor with my life like it was a budget problem. And worse, she thought I was too weak to notice. I didn't confront her. That would have been easy. Too easy. Instead, I started building something she couldn't see. I got my own doctor quietly. Private consultations, new prescriptions, real ones. I paid out of pocket, cash. The cheap meds she gave me, I kept taking them. In front of her. I let her believe it was working. That I was stable, dependent, under control. Meanwhile, my real treatment stayed hidden. And I got stronger. Stronger than she'd ever seen me. Then I started pulling threads. Small ones. Legal ones. I requested my medical records. Full access. Turns out she'd been listed as my primary contact. Authorized decision maker. She had signed off on changes. Approved substitutions. Forged my consent. That part surprised even me. I documented everything. Dates, prescriptions, discrepancies. I didn't rush. I let the pattern build until it wasn't a suspicion anymore. It was evidence. And then came the party. Her engagement party. Big, loud, expensive. Everything she ever wanted. She was glowing that night. Walking around like she had built her perfect life. People congratulating her. Admiring her. Trusting her. Just like I once did. I stood in the corner holding that bottle. The fake one. The one she thought defined me. I waited. Timing matters more than anger. Always. When she grabbed it from my hand, I let her. When she threw it away, I let her. When she laughed, I let everyone hear it. Because that moment, that was the trigger. "Actually," I said, finally stepping forward. My voice wasn't loud, but it carried. "That wasn't trash." She turned, still smiling, expecting a reaction. I gave her none. That was evidence. The room shifted. Subtle, quiet. But I felt it. Her smile faltered just a little. "What are you talking about?" she said. I reached into my jacket and pulled out a folder. Copies. Always bring copies. Medical records. Pharmacy logs. Signed authorizations. I paused just long enough. "Your signatures are consistent, by the way." That made it easier. Her fiancé looked at her. Then at me. Confusion spreading. I kept going. "You replaced prescribed medication without consent. You falsified documents. And you did it for months." Her face drained. "No, that's not." It is, I said, cutting her off, calm, precise. And it's all been submitted already. Silence. Heavy, crushing. I filed the report this morning. That's when it hit her. Not the words. The timing. The control. Her party. Her moment. Gone. The room didn't explode. It didn't need to. People stepped back. Questions started forming. Doubt spread faster than any accusation. Her fiancé took another step away from her. Small, but final. She looked at me then. Really looked. Like she was seeing me for the first time. You planned this? She whispered. I held her gaze. Yes. No anger. No shaking hands. Just truth. I didn't stay for the rest. I didn't need to. The fall had already started. And this time, I wasn't the one being managed. Now, I take my medication without anyone watching. Without anyone controlling the dose, the timing, the narrative. And for the first time in a long time, I feel something close to clarity. Not just in my mind, but in my life. She thought she was throwing away something worthless. Something small. Something beneath her. But what she really threw away that night was the only version of me that still trusted her.